everyone, and welcome back to another video to this really nice humid September day. Today we're going to be working in both cars, just doing a couple of checks. I'll run you through it while we're doing them. One of the cars you already know, and the other one you're about to. So we got the Forester here and we got the Impreza at the back. So let's get to it. If you watch some of my videos, I did the wheel bearing on this side on the Forester. And I did as well the ABS sensor. Well, what I want to check today is, if you can see, the ABS gap between the ABS sensor and the tone wheel shouldn't be bigger than, I think it's 0.8 to 1.2 mil. Well, this one is bigger than 1 mil, and 1.2. I got my gauges here. So what I want to see is if I can do anything to bring it closer a bit, because it does work. But what happens sometimes is that it gives me like a false reading. So it doesn't do it all the time, but sometimes when you brake, it gives you that like judging feeling on the foot pedal. And one, it could be this, that is a bit too far, so when it's slow, it's not reading properly. Or two, I fucked up, and what is that I damaged the tone wheel when I was doing the wheel bearing, which is possible. I'm not perfect, so we're here to learn. If it is, it's going to be annoying because that's going to cost us between 60 to 80 quid. And as well, as you can see, this is broken, so if we have to change this, we'll be changing that as well, since that is probably another £60 for it. And we will be changing this and this. It comes all in once. And as well, you have to make sure that you go the one with the ABS hole all prepared, that one that you can see there. But yeah, let's see if we can do something first. So what we're going to do is remove the handbrake assembly, taking that out and that out. You've seen it before, taking the springs here and the spring at the bottom there, and we go from there. Handbrake assembly is off, and as you can see here, we got 4 bolts, which they are 14 mil, which holds this whole back plate. Okay, so what we could do now is try to get that ABS sensor that is here really carefully, push back, gap it, see how much the gap is, and see if we put the bolts back in and see if we can maintain the same distance, or we're gonna have to change it. We'll see. So right now our gap, let's see if we focus, is exactly 1 mil. Now let's try to put a couple of bolts in here and see if it pushes back too much, or we can sort of hold the same gap that we got here. I managed to make the gap a bit smaller, but still I've been inspecting the wheel, the tone wheel, the speed wheel sensor, whatever you want to call it. And what I can show you, if you focus right there, so there's a bit of a damage in here. That one seems alright. That one seems a bit damaged as well. Can't get any closer anyway. And I think there was another one down here like that one. So as you can see, that one is chipped there in the corner. And all of them, I don't know if I can show you, got here a line. It's really hard to get it to focus. There, can you see? So you got a line there, all of them go a line. Like a small gap there for the sensor to read. This one, because it's been damaged, it doesn't have it. You can see it's been like shaved. So what we're gonna do is just suck it up and buy the new one, buy a new back plate as well, so it's all brand new, and it's nothing, if it's bent or not bent, it'd be fine. And yeah, I mean, I didn't want to get to this point. I've been putting off this job for fucking ages now, but it is what it is, you know. It's damage, whether I damage myself or it go damage somehow, is whatever. We'll do it. Winter is coming anyway. We'll get that done. It's nice and safe, and we can do something else. I realize I never mentioned what was that next thing that we were about to do. So what we're currently doing is jacking up the impressor and checking the bushes, rear and front. So let's get back to the video. I'm just going around the bushes, checking them. As like this one here seems quite perished. That one down there, if I can focus on it, that one down there doesn't seem as bad. The shocks seems alright, but they do feel a bit softy lately, so I might gonna have to replace them. But yeah, everything else seems okay for the age of the car, and the fact that here in the UK we go shitloads of salt on the roads in winter, so yeah, seems quite okay. I got one of those plastic covers in the garage, and I need to put it in this side before winter comes, just in there, but overall it seems alright. Another thing that we're going to be taking care of in this car is this exhaust leak that we got here. As you can see, we're going to be replacing these clamps, one here and one right there, because it's silly to have a stainless steel exhaust and having them corroded there. So we probably put some paste around here, make it look nice, and then put the actual stainless steel clamp on it. Now what I want to check is the front, so let's do that. Here is the ball joint that I replaced in Christmas, and now let me show you the other side. And there we go. So that's leaking now. Good thing I got another ball joint there in the garage so I can replace it. But yes, I was expecting something like that to happen because, as I said, it was feeling a bit weird on the front when you turn in or with a small movement. So, you know, shit happens, but I suppose that creates more content. I reckon what we're going to do then is swap the Forester back here, put this one at the back, and we can get that replaced. It's going to be a bit interesting, see how easy or how hard this one is going to be. As you can see, I'm under the Forester once again. We had two issues, which first one was the impressor needed a new ball joint. The Forester needs the anti-roll bushes replaced. Now, the bolt on the impressor snapped, so I'm waiting for that to come. And tomorrow I need to go to work. So I need to get this one done, because otherwise I got no car to go to work. So we are in a bit of a rush, but we can't force it too much, because if we snap another bolt we're gonna fuck everything. So let's go and get into it. So we go here, one of our bushes you can see is all perished there, and we go here, the other bush as well. If you notice, look at the gap between the anti-roll bar and this frame, and look at the gap between this one and that one. I just sprayed a bit of WD-40 on the bolt and nut on both sides, so I'm gonna let that soak in. And while we wait, I'll tell you what happened. So I knew they needed doing, because when I replaced the anti-roll links on them, a few days afterwards, the bar was, as I show you in the video, tilt more to one side than to the other. And I kept on every now and then just jack it up and put the pry bar and just pushing it back in, back into position. But it kept on going back. And the other day, I think it's 2 days ago, I just went for a drive and I could hear it knocking. And mostly because as well I stopped in some sort of like a lay-by, and I just drove in circles, and you can hear it. So basically we're gonna replace that and see how that goes. Hopefully nothing breaks and nothing snaps, because as I said before, if I don't get that sorted, I can't go to work tomorrow. So fingers crossed. Alright, so what we got here, this is a adjustable with a socket in there. Let's do the top one first. As you can see here, I managed to get the bracket off and the bush off from here without removing this frame here. On the other side is a bit more tricky because your nut is quite close to it, so you can't get anything on it, and if you try to get like a spanner there, it starts rounding the bolt, unless at least my one did. So as I did say, I didn't want to take that frame off, but it did have to come off. As you can see, I didn't take it off all the way. You got 14 mil there, 17 here, 17 here, 17 here, 14, as I said, down there, and then here at the front there's two 14 bolts as well. So now that this is off, let's replace it, and hopefully we can go to work tomorrow. Here we go, a new bush. So let's just get that mounted, tighten all these bolts, tighten all of them, put it all back together, do the other side, and finish tighten this up. This is the near side front. So yes, it's really close to there. So what I did is basically just push it in. Maybe if you can get like a small piece of wood and tap it here, so you can just get it through that bit there. So now what we can do is put the bolt on there, the nut here. I got two new nuts for both sides. Actually there were spares that I had from when I did the shock absorbers. So yeah, that's good. 12 mil and they're brand new, so let's get them in. I had a bit of an inconvenience with that bolt in there, so what I did is I turned it around, put it from the top to the bottom to clear the actual thread, and then now I'm tightening back on. And hopefully we can start putting this back on, and hopefully we can finish soon. Okay, so I got both sides just on it. There you can see still there's a gap at the top and on the bottom. I'll tighten that up when I put the wheels and we get it down on the ground. But I just tightened that one and that one. I'm gonna put now the one that goes here, and the one that goes there. Almost missed it. I'm gonna put them two, which they are there, but before that I'm gonna clean one of them because it was really rusty there. So just in case, so it doesn't snap, we'll put it back on. Then we will put the 3/14 at the front. Then we'll put the wheels, get on the floor, and finish tightening that. Alright, so let's put it by hand first. Normally I would use my impact gun, I don't want to break anything, cross that shit. Okay, so we got two here, which they go one here, and the other one, same position here, just at the back of it. Okay, that's all back on now. Fuck me, I'm tired. Let's put the wheels back on, get on the ground, get it tight, and hopefully that should be all she wrote for today. Alright, let's get it down on the floor then. Now, let's tie the bolts on, pull the under tray, and we should be good to go. So, I just need to put the under tray back on. Everything is nice and tight. I punched myself on the face, tightened them, so I broke my glasses, so that's another thing to add to our day. I look like a fucking homeless now. But yeah, I'm fucking tired, but really happy as well because I managed to fix at least one of them, since the idea was to actually do the ball joint and the impressor. But yeah, as I said, the bolt snapped, and the only other thing that I had to be able to go to work was the Forester. So yeah, I did the bushes on it as you saw in the video. I didn't do it the best way I could, but that's just because I didn't have enough time to actually take both frames off and then do it the right way. So I didn't want any other bolt to snap because that would have been another nightmare. So as I said, the best way to do is take both frames, both sides, but I did only one side and I managed to get it out. So I'm gonna go for a test drive, see if everything is nice and tight, no bungs and shits, and I'll let you know in a minute. I look even crazy now. I glued the glasses back on, if you're wondering. Everything is back on now. And the tray, all the bolts, all the plastic clips, all the shit. Wheels are torqued. I'm gonna go and wash my hands. Go for a quick drive and probably get some beer because I think I deserve it today. I think tonight I definitely deserve that. So I'll see you in a minute. Some of you might recognize this scenery. I actually bought a mic so I can put it here so you can hear me, and whenever it's windy it obviously sounds better, but I forgot. Today I've just been running everywhere. It's almost been like a full day of work in both cars, so yeah, it's just all good now. At least the anti-roll bar. There's more to come anyway. But yeah, so fucking happy. It was a massive fucking struggle, just not wanting to break any bolts and trying to get it out and in. The quicker the better. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave you with this beautiful sunset, if we can get it right there. Yeah, and thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing if you do, and I'll see you very shortly.